Are you one of those people that streams often, whether it's a video game streamer or you're just in Zoom meetings all the time and you kind of wish you had a better camera than the one that's on your laptop? A good option for that is an external webcam, and EMEET makes this camera right here, which is the SmartCam S800. This sucker will give you 4K image quality as well as privacy when you're not streaming. So we're gonna test it out today. I actually haven't thrown it on my computer yet, but I'm excited to see what it can do. It has autofocus, 4K streaming, the ability to zoom 4 times. I'm pretty excited to see how this thing operates, how our image quality is, and all that fun stuff. But before we get into that, let's just kind of look at the outside and see what we got here. Looks like cooling vents on the back of it just to kind of help dissipate heat. When you're streaming in 4K, your camera is going to heat up, hence the caution sign on the back of it here. It's kind of funny, but they put a caution sign on the back that says caution hot. Also, clamps on the monitor like so. I'll grab my computer in just a second and we'll get it clamped on, and I'll show you guys clamping it on. So it has quite a bit of flex to be able to do it. Likely it's just gonna set like this on mine. So yeah, so it's gonna just depend on how your monitor is and what have you on how you clamp it on, but pretty easy to figure out clamp. Also has a 1/4 screw on the bottom of it, so if you wanted to just put it on a tripod, you could definitely do that. A little desktop tripod would be perfect for most scenarios. Gives you the options also, just being able to close the shutter for privacy purposes when you're not streaming, or if you want to step aside, walk away. We'll play with it when we have it plugged in. All right, let's get it on the computer and let's start recording. I'm going to use OBS to record my video just so we can see what quality we can get out of this. All right, so we're just going to stick it on the computer here. And for me, I'm going to do right there. All right, we'll get it plugged in and we will go ahead and do a stream. All right, so let's go over the EMEET Link app on our computer here. This is where you're gonna set up your parameters to everything. We've got your resolution. You can bump it up to 4K if you want, if you can do it on your system. I like the rule of thirds grid up. It helps decide framing. Right now I'm a little low on my framing, but I could just do like this job. That would be where I'd like it. Maybe my eye on the top third, depending on how close you are to the screen. I'm shaking it. And then you got your metering mode. This is going to be how it decides to auto expose. So you can decide which area, so you want it to meter to your face more than likely. So you want it to auto expose for your face. And then you got your focus mode, you got center area focus or face focus. And then you have zoom. I think we're gonna get our real testament through OBS. And then down in video settings, this is where you could actually play with your brightness, all that stuff. 50 hertz, or we're in 60 hertz. Customization, I think I liked, yeah, let's see which one we like here. Standard, I like standard, I think. Standard it is. All right, we'll just leave it with standard. All right, we'll go 60 hertz standard. We're gonna leave it all the way zoomed out, even though you can zoom in. All right, let's go ahead and get an OBS and record there. We are on OBS recording from the EMEET SmartCam S800, and I'm liking the video. I'm liking how it looks. It looks pretty quality. Like if you're just doing like live streaming to YouTube and stuff, you probably could get by with this camera. You wouldn't have to invest into a mirrorless camera or anything like that. So you're saving a lot of money here. I did record just before this, just to kind of test it before throwing you guys in. And it sounded nice. It looks pretty nice. It doesn't look glitchy. It doesn't look too digital. The autofocus on this camera is actually keeping up pretty well. So if I lean forward and lean in, my wife's sneaking in and out of here. If I lean forward and lean in, stays focused with me leaning back. It doesn't look like it's hunting the focus. It looks like it's keeping up, like pretty good. Let's get real close. It's pretty good autofocus for a live streaming camera / webcam. See if it'll focus on something. I'm going to try to show something. So it does focus on something if you put it there. So I don't know. I'm liking the autofocus. I'm liking the picture quality. It looks good. I might see a little bit of green in my skin tones, but you can adjust all of that in that link app. Any of the picture notes that you don't like in one of their standard profiles, you can always just change it. Real quick, so if I was in like a Zoom meeting or something and I needed to do something and I needed to pick my nose and I don't want anybody to see, I could just shut the shutter so I'm still audio on, picking my nose, and you guys can't even see that I'm picking my nose. Jeez. All right, it brightened up a little bit, but it actually caught the exposure pretty well considering you're taking a sensor from no light to light. So, and like I said, it has the metering set to the face, so it's metering off of my face, which brings me to this point. I'm currently using a 2-light setup to light me in my office / studio, and I'm gonna shut those lights off, go like pretty much pitch black and see how it does. And then I'm going to just do like the light in the room. And so most people's setup's going to be like the light in the room, or I would always recommend using, like, if you don't have a light setup, have a window set behind you and behind the camera so that it lights you appropriately. But if you're doing a long stream, clouds and stuff can change that exposure, and then your white balance is going to change and stuff like that, which white balance is probably shifting here, but I didn't like lock it, and you could lock it in that app if you wanted to. Who cares? Like, most people aren't, like, I'm not going to color grade this. You wouldn't really need to color grade this. So you could just literally use this video and upload it. All right, let's go with the lights off and let's just see if it picks me up. All right, so I do have the purple lights behind me, but there is 0 lights lighting me, and it's actually doing pretty good, other than those lights are like blown out. So no lights. The only light you're seeing is through the other room because it is daylight out, but curtains are pulled in this office. 0 lights. It's doing pretty good. So ideal lighting conditions you saw in the beginning. Clearly, like, it's very like noisy, but you expect that from any camera trying to shoot in this dark of an environment. All right, so this is just like my standard room light, and it's still exposing to my face, it looks like, because it's pretty, like, I would say that's probably blown out beyond exposure on the wall back there, but that's what you want because you want it to expose to you so that people are focusing on you. So office light, I'm going to go back to my studio setup just because I like how it looks. All right, but it's pretty good at getting the lighting figured out and using what it can do to like make it usable. So you definitely could zoom in the dark if you really wanted to. If you were like FaceTiming with somebody from your laptop and you wanted to do it in the dark, you definitely could get away with doing it. Up to this point, I'm really liking this camera. I'm liking how it operates on my computer and how it's operating with OBS. It's just, like I said, the picture quality looks great. And the audio doesn't sound bad to me. You can always add an external microphone if that's something you were really concerned with. And if you're a gamer, you're probably going to. What do you guys think? Let me know what maybe I didn't test that you might be thinking about needs to be tested with something like this. So please don't be afraid to comment on this and tell me something that I might have overlooked because I'm not a big live streamer and I might not know what camera features a live streamer might be looking for. But in my personal opinion, this is a pretty good camera. And if you want to pick one up, definitely use my links down in the description. It gives me a little bit of a kickback and it doesn't charge you any extra. And you're gonna be able to get yourself a top of the line webcam and hopefully be as happy with it as I am with this one. I have enjoyed doing this little review. It is a fantastic camera and I'm going to definitely be using this for future live streams. All right, guys, check out whatever YouTube recommends to you right there. And I hope you subscribe for more videos on budget videography, tips, tricks, and all that fun stuff. Later, guys. Peace.